Next item on the agenda is discussion, consideration, and possible action on request from the Paluxy Bluegrass Association to have use of the Oakdale Convention Center at no charge during the winter months for their monthly jam session. And Mr. Lehman, if you would please, or Mr. Lemons, if you would please kindly give the council and the audience a briefing on this.
This is something I became aware of when I started working for the city of Glen Rose, is that the Paluxy River Bluegrass Association has access to the convention center during the winter months, but if something else is scheduled, then they have to find another place to meet. And that scheduling could take place not too long before the event, so it puts them in a difficult position. So they've asked that they be given a certainty that that convention center will be available for their jam session. And one thing that I believe that argues in favor of doing that is the association pays for the bands that come and perform at that jam session. And so they're providing free entertainment in the park that's available to the people in the park and to the citizens of Glen Rose. So I asked Ms. Sita Moore to come tonight to speak to the council regarding this matter, and she's here.
Ms. Moore, if you would like to come to the podium, please. State your full name and address.
Thank you. My name is Sita Mae Moore. I live at 3701 County Road 1120, Cleveland, Texas.
Okay.
I've recently been elected president of the association, and I just want to state a few facts that, yes, we do have 11 months out of the year. We provide a free concert on the third Saturday of every month. We are out, which does not sound like a lot of money, but we're out $200 for those bands. And there is no charge for anyone to come and listen. Now, mind you, they're not big name bands, but they are free entertainment. And if you take that out per year, we're out $2,200 per year for just that entertainment. And also during the winter months, when we hold our third weekend at the convention there, we have a snack bar there that the proceeds that we take from that, we provide the bean and cornbread supper for the spring and fall festival. And that is on a Wednesday night, which kicks off the festivals at that time. Those usually probably around $100 that we provide for the festival. And I just feel I've got pictures, and I do apologize that I do not have those to show, but I have several pictures that I have taken during the winter months and also the summer months. And there is several times, more than several times in the summer months, that whole area in front of that stage is just completely full. And most of the time when the people in the park that are camping, when they hear the music go, they come and inquire and they sit. And a lot of times I actually go around the park and let them know that there is a free concert. We also, on a third Friday of that same weekend, we have a potluck supper and a jam there, which is also an open invitation to anybody that lives around and knows about it. Also open to the RV park there in Oakdale for all the campers to come. And it's just through our association, we send out a newsletter monthly. We always include, and anybody that wants to be on that email list can be put on. We probably send out emails to at least maybe nearly 300 people. Some of them do belong to the association, some don't, but we send out emails, and through that email, it lists the activities, not only at the park that weekend with the bands that are going to be there, but it lists activities that are going on in the Glen Rose area that people can attend to. And depending on bands, a lot of the bands that we have come in have certain people that follow them, families and friends, And I know when they come that they're gonna eat out somewhere and spend money. They might eat a hot dog at the snack bar, but, I mean, everybody knows Glen Rose is having barbecue, so anyway. But I just feel like with what we put forth, that in return, that if we could just be, have a certainty and a promise that we could use the convention within the winter months, it would just be so appreciated. And we like to try to work with the Oakdale Park and the city also.
Okay, Ms. Moore, for just a moment. Any questions for Ms. Moore while she's up at the podium? Councilwoman Ramsey?
These are gonna go to.
Yes.
Okay.
What do you consider the winter months, November to February or November to March? Because, you know, if we're gonna approve this, I feel like we need to have the months tied down to go in those minutes.
This year, I did it from November to March, which would be 5 months.
Okay, any other questions for Ms. Moore? Or Councilman Jones?
Kind of, that was my question I was gonna get to him. Do we charge you for summers?
No,
Okay, do you use it during the summer?
yes, we do. No, wait a minute, let me restate this. We do not use the convention hall during the summer. We use the outside facility.
Okay. Good enough.
Good question.
Councilman Mitchell?
How much are we charging you right now?
Since the transition, we have not gotten charged anything since the transition. Last year, I was not president at that time, but I do not believe that we got charged. But there, up until the transition there at the park, we had talked, and there never was a set fee, but at that time, I thought that we were going to have to pay, and it was prorated with the amount of trailers or RV people that came into the park that was with the Bluegrass Association. And so it's about as close as I can answer that to you.
If I could clarify, the issue before us is not with respect to charge, other than to certify that it would be no charge. But there's also the issue of the five months dedicated, which, you know, so that you have a lock-in. You know when you're ordering the bands that for sure that third weekend for those 5 months is dedicated to you. You don't have to worry about a wedding reception bumping you, etc., so that you can go ahead and make your plans. Am I clear? Am I correct in that?
Yes, ma'am, you are.
So it's kind of a dual purpose.
Yes, ma'am, and that's, if I may, that's really how I wanted to present that, because I feel that the money that the association now balances out with those months during the winter months, that it balances all in all. Because we do bring people into the park every week. It's not a large amount, but it's an amount that comes in, and those people spend money too when they're there on the weekend, that third weekend. And it's...
And I mostly just wanted to get that clarification for everybody here, that is the other part of it,
Yes,
is the
ma'am.
5 dedicated months.
Yes.
Councilwoman Ramsey, you had your hand up.
Okay,
You good?
I took it down, yes.
Okay. Councilman Marquez?
Yes.
Congratulations on your presidency.
Okay, thank you. I don't know.
I'm not very familiar with Bluegrass. I did stop by one time, actually I think twice, and I had a couple bands outside the little area where the bathrooms are at, practicing, and then the inside, and then there was I lost concentration when I started seeing all the food that was around, so I was like, okay. But the question I have is, what are the different types of instruments that you have? I feel like this is a two-part question, is that if you do something every month and it's concrete every month and we give that certainty, maybe we can add something to it to, like, help the children out, maybe learn lessons that, and then maybe we can promote it on the city side to say, hey, there might be a little lesson thing in the beforehand or a lesson thing in the afterhand. So for the high school or intermediate kids that are learning how to play banjo,
Thank you.
that kind of stuff. I feel like it's worth it if we can add something to it also, so.
Amy, Ms.
Yeah.
Sonic? Or
Actually,
is it-
kind of a point of order that kind of goes off into something that
Okay.
really is not in this agenda item. That would be a whole other subject.
Okay.
Councilwoman Ramsey?
Yes, I would like to make a very positive comment. I've been active, only because my husband loved bluegrass. I don't know that much about it, but I love the people. But I will say, from visiting the different stores downtown, our retail stores, when bluegrass is in town, they have a good Saturday. Out of the 5 that I've talked to that are regular opened, not one of them could say they had not been affected by the third weekend bluegrass. Plus, when you have the festival, that's even more of an impact. So, thank you for bringing things to town.
Yes, ma'am.
I will say that I very noted, if I see a new face come in, because there are a lot of regulars that come on that third weekend, but when I see new faces that I do not know, I go and ask them how they heard about it, where they're from, and the response is that they heard from the little boutiques and the places downtown. And that's been numerous times, because I'm very curious to know where these people have heard. And if they've heard from the city itself, I just want to keep it in mind that we can work together.
Oh, absolutely.
We can work
Absolutely.
together.
Yes, sir.
My last point, I think the benefits of you being there greatly offsets the cost of operating it. My only question is on cleanup. Are y'all a clean group, and y'all leave it nice when you leave? Because I would hate to have to address that 3 months from now, saying I'm going to trash it again. We've got to go ahead and spend money to clean it up. So y'all leave it clean, right?
Yes, sir, we
Okay.
do. And then you won't get in that, but.
Nope, don't want to get into it.
Yeah, but yes, I find it very prideful to say that I think most people that are in bluegrass, there is no alcohol, no drugs that I know of. If there is, I don't know about it. And, but I feel that most of them, they're proud to be at a place and proud to clean up and just say, I want those people back again because they didn't destroy our place. So yes, answer to the question, yes, we do clean.
Any other question, Councilor Moore?
Bluegrass is part of the history and tradition of Oakdale, and I think it's good to get this locked in like this. It's a good thing, my opinion.
Councilman Mitchell?
Is there a proposed length of time for the agreement, like 2-year agreement, or revisited in 2 years, or 5 years, or whatever? Has anybody thought about that? Mr. Dillon?
No, I don't know. I figured the council would set a policy and it would remain standing until such time as somebody thought it necessary to change.
And I think that this is something that we can do through a policy. It does not have to be, it's kind of a direction and a consent that we give at this time. It could be a policy until further action by the council.
Okay, let's put that.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a signed agreement. Mr. Lemons will know, and that will be part of his policy. Councilwoman Ramsey?
I'm just, Mr. Lemons and I have been talking about updating the policies of Oakdale, and that can go right along with the fees and schedule and the policy. We just have to give consent that we're in agreement with this particular thing to lock you in now under the direction of our city administrator, Mr. Lemons.
Any other questions by council?
Let's make a motion.
Ms. Moore, thank you very much for being here this evening and speaking on this.
You're welcome. Thank you for allowing me to speak. Thank you, Mr. Lemons.
Do I have a motion to direct Mr. Lemons to set as a policy that the Paluxy River Bluegrass Association be authorized to use the Oakdale Convention Center at no charge, locked in for the third weekend bluegrass from November to March of each year?
Also move.
I have a motion from Councilwoman Ramsey. Do I have a second?
I'll second
I
that.
have a second from Councilman Moore. Councilman Jones?
Aye.
Councilman Marquez?
Aye.
Councilman Moore?
Yes.
Councilwoman Ramsey?
Yes, ma'am.
Councilman Mitchell?
Yes.
Okay, the motion passes 5-0 in favor.